Hello everyone, it is time for our monthly paper pumpkin video. So we are going to be putting together last month's, actually September's paper pumpkin. If you are not familiar with this, this is a kit that you can get in the mail every month, or you can make, it varies, usually cards. There are a few times where it'll be gift packaging or something, but it's usually cards. This one has 9 cards, so you make 3 each of these designs. It comes in this fun box with everything you need. The only thing you might need is a pair of scissors. And then everyone that is on my team that is a Paper Pumpkin subscriber or is one of my customers and subscribes from me gets the materials to make a bonus project with this. And I'll show you that after we make these cards. So let's get started. All right, card number 1. So you have full color instructions for each card. You also have this page that shows you which pieces go with each card. So that's what I do first, is I go open everything, punch it out, and put it with the card it belongs to. Hey, Betty. So this is card number 1. And I think this is the small one. Let me make sure. Yes. So this one is a smaller one. It is, looks like 4 by 4. So this is what it will look like when it's done. Cute little card. Sending autumn wishes your way. So let's get started. Now we have these stamps that come in this kit are what we call photopolymer. So they do not have any cushion, they're just clear. And so I like to use my Stampin' Pierce mat just to give it a little extra cushion. Get all my pieces out. This one has lots of pieces. But look at this snail. He is so adorable. Is he not cute? All right, so we need this and this. This is what we're going to stamp on. So this guy, and I just kind of looked at where they put it. If you can see, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but just kind of down in this corner. Now your kit comes with a Stampin' Spot. So this is Cajun Craze. I use my full-size ink pads just because that way I can save those spots to put in little gifts. All right, so let's stamp our branches, or I guess it's branches. It looks like it goes about right there. All right, and then our sentiment is sending autumn wishes your way. Now the other nice thing about having it on this is that it makes it easier to see where the edge of your label is. So it's easier to see where to stamp it. All right, and I'm going to close my ink up just so it doesn't, I don't get my hands in it or something. Okay. Now, the nice thing is that it tells you exactly what type of adhesive to put on each one and where to place it. So these solid ones are the glue dots that come in the kit. And then these open ones are the dimensionals. So now we are ready to start putting adhesive on. Now this one is on the front. So you can see it's showing it on the front, those 4 little dots. I like to use my Take Your Pick tool. I like to use the spatula end for these glue dots. It just makes it easier. Makes it easier to get them off of the plastic and also easier to get their backings off. So I'm just going to put these in the 4 corners. All right, so that one's got its adhesive. Excuse me. And then this guy, so he has adhesive on these 2 long petals and then 1 in the middle. One in the middle and 1 on this one. All right, and I'm doing all the glue dot ones first, just while I'm doing them. And then our sentiment has it on each end So one on each end. And then the last thing for glue dots is this greenery. And I try and orient it. It probably doesn't really matter on this one, but sometimes they are placing these in strategic places based on where it's going to go on the card. I don't think it really matters on this one, but I do try and just orient it the same way so that I put my glue dots in about the same place they did. So one down there, one kind of in the middle, and then one towards this end. All right, that's all of our glue dots. Set those aside. Now we're ready for dimensionals. So we have a snail, and he gets 3 dimensionals. And we have a mushroom. He gets 3. And then this wood. Like that. Again, I don't know that it matters on this one, but I try and orient them that same way. All right, so, and these are mini dimensionals. So the mushroom gets 2 on the top, 1 at the bottom. Snail just gets 3 kind of evenly spaced out. And same thing with the wood ring. All right, now we have all of our adhesive. We are ready to put this guy together. So the first thing we're going to do is put this on the inside. So let's get our take your pick tool back out. Pull off these backings. Over there. There we go. All right, now I like to do it upside down because that way I can make sure that it's staying within the fold and the edge of the card, because you don't want it to go off the edge and be showing, and you don't want it to get in the way of the fold. There we go. Isn't that cute? All right, then they show, so they're kind of showing you a little bit in order. So they show you this is put together, then these 2, then these 2, and then those 2. So this is underneath our sentiment, so I'm going to do it next. Get over there. I find these things all over the place. All right, and this goes like that. And then our sentiment, if I can pick it up. Right side up. And it's going to go about like that. All right, now we have our wood. And it goes a little bit over the sentiment. So we're really covering up all of this over here, which is kind of sad because it really is cute. I like that greenery. Oh, and then this guy. I almost forgot him. And he's going to just kind of, he's going on top of the wood grain or the wood thing with dimension that's up on dimensionals. So he's going to be kind of, I don't know, this piece that has the adhesive is going to be up. So he goes about like this. So see, that's going to kind of raise up, but that's okay. All right, now we can do our mushroom. Whoops. He's going to tuck, well, I pulled that one off, didn't I? Uh-oh. There we go. He's going to go over on this side, and they show it kind of tucked under here, but that's already kind of glued down, so I'm not going to worry about that. He just goes on this side, and then our little snail goes in front. And this one doesn't have any other embellishments. There are some gold or copper maybe. He goes right like that. There. There's some, I think it's copper, not gold, on the some of the die cuts. But it's so cute. Very, very cute. Okay. Card number 1. Card number 2 is this one. So let's find it. I'll show you one that's already made. This is card number 2, just blank on the inside. You could certainly stamp some leaves or some of the branches on the inside too if you wanted to. Again, this has some of that copper foiling both on the die cut and on the card base. All right, so this guy, get all our pieces out. We're going to stamp on the card base and our sentiment. So we're going to take that same branch thing and stamp it on the card base, and they show you where to stamp it. So you're stamping one there and one here. So this one kind of goes up like this. And, hey Debbie, you get to watch with us tonight. And this one goes like around here. All right, just adds a little more to the card base. And then this is thinking of you on our circle. Okay. Again, put that away before I make a mess. And this one doesn't have as many pieces. It just has these 2 pretty leaves. So they are going to get dimensionals. So the bigger leaves get 1 on each leaf. And then these smaller leaves, they get 1 up here, 1 on this leaf, and then you cut 1 in half for this little leaf down here. And it shows you that here. So these are my sticky scissors. These are what I use when I'm cutting sticky things in half, or cutting sticky things. So I'm going to use that to cut one of these in half. See if I can leave the other half there. Now I have this teeny tiny little piece. That we're going to put on this. Because even a full mini is too big for that little leaf. Okay, oh, this guy. He needs glue dots. And he gets 3. So just kind of in a triangle like we did with the dimensionals on our snail and stuff. Okay, so whoops, I need those back. We're going to put our circle on. Right side up. And it's going to go about like that. Then our blue leaves. And it looks like they have them lined up to the bottom of the card. So it looks like they're growing out of the bottom just like the other leaves. Whoop. Well, mine stuck before I could get it quite positioned, but that's okay. And then these leaves go on the other side. See if I can do better this time, getting it lined up. And I'm gonna have to do mine a little bit more at an angle because I don't want to go off the edge of the card. And there we go. Isn't that pretty? Pretty, pretty cards. Okay, card number 2. Uh-oh. Be careful when you put them back in because I just caught one of my leaves putting them back in there. So watch those little leaves sticking out when you're putting them in the envelopes. All right, card number 3 is this one. It's so pretty. All these pretty leaves. There's some more of that copper foil. So pretty. And again, we're going to stamp some more of those branches. This one has a lot of pieces again. And we're going to stamp our sentiment. So this one actually goes this way. Let's get our branches. So we're going to stamp one. About like that. And then another one coming out the other way. About like that. And then this sentiment is with thanks. And, oh, I put it underneath the ink. That's not helpful. With thanks. Hey, Nancy. Sorry, I haven't been watching my screen. There we go. All right. Put our ink away. All right, we got lots of adhesive to do on this one. Let's do our glue dots first. So our sentiment is going to get 3 glue dots at the bottom. And then the leaves, the copper leaf gets dimensionals, the other leaf, the yellow leaf, gets glue dots. So we need our sentiment. Let's make sure we have the top at the top. Yep. Our leaves. Come here. And our yellow leaf. All right. Glue dots. Uh-oh. Okay. So our sentiment gets 3 glue dots at the bottom. And if they go off just a little bit, you can always fold them up on themselves once you take the backing off. All right. Then our leaves get 2 glue dots. These are pretty strong, so you don't need a lot of them to hold these in place. And then this guy gets 1 glue dot here where there's more space. And 1 glue dot up here where there's more space. All right, that is all of our glue dots. Now dimensionals. So we have this rust colored strip and the copper leaf. our dimensionals back out. I don't think we need the half one. I don't think so. All right, so we're going to put dimensionals now at the top of our sentiment piece. Turn that so it's not sticking out. And then this strip gets dimensionals. And then our leaf, our copper leaf, gets dimensionals in the same place that we put the mini glue dots. So one up here and one down there. All right, that is all our adhesive. Now, what it's showing you to do first is to put this rust-colored piece on your sentiment piece. So all we're going to do is take off the glue dot backs first. We're not going to do any of the dimensional backs yet, just the glue dot backs. And that one, like I said, you can just kind of fold it up if it gets. And that is going to go, so they show it so that it's sticking off that left side a little bit. And you want to try and make it straight. All right, there we go. Now we're ready to start putting everything together. So let's bring our card base back in. Those have dimensionals, so we can leave those for a minute. All right, so it looks like, so you have two leaves that are yellow with orange at the bottom and one that is orange and red. So it looks like to me that this yellow one is underneath everything. Those two yellow ones are underneath everything. So let's take their backings off. Come on, there we go. And one is going to go over here. And this one is going to go over here. To about like that. And you're going to cover this with your sentiment with other leaves, so don't worry about it if it's looking a little messy when you start out. Then our red one, or orange one, it's going to go up like that. Then our yellow one that just has the glue dots on the back. He's going to go about like that. And now we can put on this leaf that's got dimensionals. Just be careful when you're taking these backs off, since these leaves are a little more delicate. That one looks like it's showing a little bit, isn't it? I maybe should have used my other half of one there. Let me see if I can do a little surgery. Now it's going to be stuck to my finger. Woo. Okay. That guy's going to go right here. And then our sentiment is going to go over all of that. Whoops. There we go. And it's going to go over the bottom of all those leaves, so you don't have to worry about seeing the stems of them. And there you go. There is card number 3. All right, so let's see all of the cards that were a part of the kit. So these are the 3 that we made in the kit. So pretty. Beautiful fall cards. This one actually is not real fall. I mean, it has some fall colors, but it also has some blue in there, so you could do that one anytime. All right, so those are the 3 that we made. Now let's do our bonus project. And I didn't bring it over here, but I used some new paper. We have a new bunch of paper that's part of scrapbooking in Stampin' Up. And it's just online. It's not in a catalog. You can I'll have to post a link. I think I did a link to the brochure of all the scrapbooking stuff. But this is some of the paper that's in that, some autumn paper. I don't remember the name of it, but I thought it was so cute. And so I just paired it with the leaves in this stamp set, which we didn't use on any of the cards in the kit. So, and as always, somebody will get this one already made. I just mix them all up, and then somebody gets the one that I make as a demo. So let's get our Stampin' Pierce mat back out. We're going to use that same Thinking of You in our Cajun Craze. And let's stamp it up in this upper right corner. And then I used Mossy Meadow and Old Olive for the greens. Those are the greens that are in the paper, but you can use whatever greens you have. And if you only have one of these, then stamp 1 leaf full strength and 1 leaf stamped off. So I did this one in Mossy Meadow. Down here at the bottom. That's a really deep, dark green. It's beautiful. And then the other one I did in Old Olive, which is also a yellower green, but not as dark. And I did it just kind of coming up the side. There we go. All right. Now I tied this twine, and this twine is not available right now. I'm super sad about that, but it will come back. I don't remember what the date was on it. It goes with the Winterly Treetops suite, which is the class I'm doing in a couple weeks, a little over 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I guess almost 3 weeks. 3 weeks from yesterday. So I'm going to need to substitute something for this twine because this will not work. Oh, I need to go this way. Trying to get my ends a little bit closer to the same. Now, because it's twine, I can tie a knot first before I tie my bow, and it won't be too bulky. And I'm trying to line that up so that it goes across where those 2 leaves intersect. So it kind of covers up the stems there. And you don't have to tie a bow if you don't want to. You can just leave it as a knot. But I liked the way the bow looked, so. There we go. Let's trim that one a little bit. These are not my ribbon scissors. I'm just being lazy and using what I have right in front of me. Okay. This is Cajun Craze. This is Crumb Cake. And I put this on with dimensionals. Let me grab my regular dimensionals. This one's small enough that just 1 in each corner should be fine. All right, and that goes in the middle of this. All right, now let's put our paper on. So this is multi-directional. So it doesn't matter which way. It's like this way, the bear is right side up, but the deer and the hedgehog are upside down. The fox is right side up. I think that's a fox. So whichever way you want to put it on, whichever. So this guy is probably, I'm probably going to do it this way. Let's see. Because those are going to be more of what I see. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So let's get this on. I could use the glue dots that came in the kit. They're buried over there somewhere. I'll just use some of my Stampin' Seal. And I'm putting this on this paper before I put it on the card. Whoa, not there. Before I put it on the card base, in case it's a little bit long, then I can trim it. This seems to be okay, but if it had stuck out a little bit, then I could trim it off easier before I put it on the card base. Look at that's pretty too, those trees. You can use whichever side you want. If you'd rather use the trees with the leaves, you can do that. All right, that just goes on there. And then this goes on flat. We've already put the dimensionals on this white layer. So this is just going to go on flat. Like that. Put it over just a little bit so you can see some more of that deer. And then I forgot to grab these. I used these pecan pie and clear ribbon adhesive back dots. They're an online exclusive. And as far as I know, they are still available. Oh, I need another set because that one is out of little ones. Luckily, I have another set. So I like to use the putty end of my Take Your Pick tool for embellishments like this. So actually I'm going to use 2 big ones just because I have an abundance of big ones. And then one little one. Next to that big one. There we go. So there is your bonus card. So let's bring in everything we've made tonight. Clear off some of this mess. So the 3 that we made as a part of the kit. And then our bonus project. Whoops. And there you go. Pretty colors all together, I think. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be on my group and my page. Hang on, I'm just grabbing it real quick. Tomorrow night, and I do a Facebook Live every Wednesday, and we're gonna make this card. Is that not adorable? That deer, he looks so hard. We were really concerned about making him because Kay had a card with him at the retreat that I went to a couple weekends ago. And we were really concerned about making him, but he's super easy. And you can almost see there is some Winka Stella in the background there. So we will make that tomorrow night, 7:30 on my Facebook group and also linked on my page, so you can find it there. Okay, that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining me. I will see you tomorrow night. Bye.